watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
The Knockem Day Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. The Knockem Day Comedy.
Little roller up along first, behind the bag, it gets through Buckner, here comes Knight, and the Mets win it!
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Day Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warms up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
Hi, everybody. Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday. Tuesday trivia coming at you in just a little while. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Show. Right here on Gov's Comedy Club podcast on the YouTube feed. We're going to be playing Tuesday trivia in a little while. So be sure to get on the YouTube feed because that is where we monitor the comments. We want to say hi to you. We want to hear from you. But we need to hear from you, especially during Tuesday trivia. Because if I'm playing to nobody, then it's not going to be much fun. And I don't have anybody here in the studio. Les Deegan is canceled, and I didn't expect to see Sean. I have not heard from Sean, but I didn't expect to see him with this weather. I would imagine it's tough to wheel yourself around in this weather. So, hello, John Rusiello. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's okay. The Knockem Dead Comedy Show coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club. Thanks for joining us. Once again, please join us on the YouTube feed. I'm going to remind you several times today so that so that we have people playing Tuesday Trivia with us. So, yeah, hope everybody's doing all right. Hope you guys are doing okay in this crazy weather. It's really not that bad. I don't personally think it's that bad. First got up this morning, more snow out there than I thought there would be, but and it's heavy snow, good for snowball fights. So yeah, did all the shoveling this morning, but then sure enough, like a half hour after I'm done shoveling, it turned to rain, which wiped a significant amount off, and the roads were almost clear. The main roads are clear, and the side streets were just about clear when I was coming here this morning, which would be was around in between 9:30 and 10. So I don't think it's that bad out there. It's not as cold as I thought it would be out there either. But either way, be safe. Last night was bad. I was doing a lot of running around last night. I think I mentioned that to you guys yesterday. I had 2 holiday parties to go to. The holidays are over, but I had 2 holiday parties in the same night. One was with the PAL Special Needs Unit. I'm just doing that because I'm hitting my nipple. And it was a lot of fun. And then I had to drive from there. After our dinner, we went to our headquarters to have our monthly meeting. And it was starting to get bad at that point. And then after the meeting, had to come here to Governor's for their holiday party. And coming here was rough. I was only maybe not even a 10-minute drive away from where the meeting was to come here, and I was all over the road. Thank goodness there weren't that many people on the road, but it kind of stunk, because got here last night. There was not a lot of people here. I heard I missed several people who left early because of the weather. People like Chris Monty and Laura Patton and Andy Plajanos, they left 5 minutes after I got here because of the weather. So I think I stayed a half hour. I was like, Keegan was having a good time, which I will be discussing with him tonight if we're doing Hershey and the Keys. I'm assuming we're doing Hershey and the Keys tonight. So, Chris Thomas just sent me, what did she send me? I just got a message from, did I say hi to John Rusiello? And I saw Fremder was watching. Chris Thomas, website, next comedy night. What is that? Comedy night. What? What is this? Erin Jackson, Chris Roach, Bridget Kavanaugh. Catch all 3 comedians at CAST, Center for Advocacy, Support, and Transformation. Where is this place? Oh, it's in Southold. Oh, very nice. Going to see Chris Roach this Saturday for a great cause. North Fork is getting some comedy. Oh, very nice. Very nice. But come to Governor's. No, I'm teasing. No, that's wonderful they're doing that. How could you not see Sean with this weather? Oh, Fremder. That's what I get for reading. That's what I get for not proofreading. I don't see Sean because I hope he stayed home. For his sake, I hope he stayed home, you heartless meanie. I got a proofread from her today, apparently. So hope everybody's safe. And so last night, the roads were really bad last night. It's not that it was really snowing. I mean, it was snowing, but it just wasn't. It's just the fact that it was really cold last night, so the roads were freezing up. Yeah, I was all over the place. So I bought a new car in September, and I had a truck before that, and that truck could drive in anything. Where and I'm used to that. So this is the first storm where I've had to drive something that's not a truck on the roads. Yeah, I was slipping and sliding, baby. So hope you guys are doing okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's that bad out, but definitely tough for Sean to get around. And Les Deegan, he's just old, so I'm sure he's just choosing to stay in. Loveless. Patty Loveless. No, I love Les Deegan, and I'm sure he'll be rescheduling. Maybe we'll get him next Tuesday. Because I was looking forward to doing trivia with him. So, so please, once again, if you're joining us on Facebook, we ask that you switch over to the YouTube feed because that is where I'll be monitoring your comments, especially when we're playing Tuesday Trivia in a little while. Coming up at 11:30, if you guys have seen the show My True Crime Confession with Christine Dana here on Gov's Comedy Club podcast. She has not done a new show yet since the new year. I'm sure she's got shows coming, but she's going to be checking in with us today at 11:30. She's going to be calling in, and we're going to talk about Rex a little bit. Rex was back in court this morning, and we'll give you the latest on that and talk about that a little bit. So, one thing I wanted to talk about this morning with this snow. Now, we haven't had snow here on Long Island in 2 years, which I'm totally fine with. However, didn't get a lot of snow. I think we got maybe 3 inches, at least in this area. Where this club is pretty much like central, almost the smack middle of Long Island. And so we got snow first time in 2 years, and driving around in it last night and this morning, people, if you're one of those who drives around without brushing your rear windshield or the hood of your car or your front windshield, of course. Now, I understand some people, especially if you have a big car, you might not be able to brush off the top of your car. I get that. So I'm not really getting on you too much for that. But try anyway. At least try to get some of it off the top. But you lazy bastards who don't even take it off your hood so that all the snow goes flying everywhere and it hits the guy behind you, and which is usually me, and then it gets on my windshield and I can't see. There are just certain things where you don't want to wait for God to reprimand you. You don't want to wait for karma. You want to be the karma. You want to take those people, drag them out of their car, and just shove their face in the yellow snow. Wipe the snow off your damn car. You ever see those people that just wipe off a tiny window on their windshield in front of them? What is wrong with you people? I just it enrages me when people do that. Or you get some people, we get 6 inches or so of snow, and they just use their windshield wipers. Brush the snow off. If you're too lazy to brush the snow, if you can't brush the snow for whatever reason, well, then you can't be out. If you're not going to brush the snow off, don't go out. Stay home. Pay a kid. Call your neighbor. Say, can Sonny come over and I'll give him $5 to wipe my car off and shovel around it. I'll give him $10 to wipe the car and shovel around it. You know what I've had twice? It happened probably around the beginning of December, and then it happened again last week. Some kid who lives a few blocks away, he's going around knocking on doors, asking people if he can rake their leaves, and he doesn't even have a set price. You just give him whatever give him whatever. I forget his name. Vincent, maybe? Yeah, so he knocked on the door, mid-December. He's like, yeah, can I rake your leaves? I'm like, holy shit. I was like, yeah, you can rake the leaves. So he raked them. I gave him $30. The kid was thrilled. I think he's probably 12-ish. Nice kid. He came with a hefty bag, put a leaf, and then he's starting to take off on his bike, carrying the hefty bag. I went outside. Whoa, just leave the bag here. You don't have to carry the bag while you're riding the bike. I'll throw the bag out. And then like a week or two ago, he came back. Probably because I gave him $30. I was probably one of his better customers. And sure enough, he's he rings a bell. I go up, answer the door. Oh, hey, how you doing? You want to rake the leaves again? Yeah, can I? Yeah, sure. I look out. There's another kid out there. That's my brother. And brother, big smile. I was like, oh, hey. I'm not giving you both $30. You're still getting the same 30. Now you got to split it. But, yeah, I'm sure they were happy. Probably going and buying a game or a bunch of sodas. But, yeah, I thought that was cool. We used to do that as kids. We used to go around. I mean, you don't see that anymore. Kids going around trying to make a buck, shoveling snow, raking leaves, sweeping. We used to do it all the time. Me and Bobby Donahue, we used to walk around, especially, the shoveling. Oh, we would do that all the time. And we actually became known, like, to our neighbors. Like, our neighbors would call us all the time to do various jobs. Make some cash. Let's see. Andy Plajanos, let's get kids off my lawn while we're at it. See, yeah, Andy's always like, you always think it's better because it's how you grew up and you're just nostalgic. No, I think it's a good way for kids to make money. Has nothing to. I'm not sitting here saying in my day it was better. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it was smart of us to go around and try and make money. And this kid that's raking my leaves, he's a smart kid because you don't see kids doing that anymore. That kid could probably rake up the dough. Andy, you better be sticking around for trivia today. I saw Andy for a whole 5 minutes yesterday at the party. Yeah, I was a little disappointed. It was a bitch to get here with the roads. Andy, how'd you fare getting home? How long did it take you to get home from here last night? The Gilgo Beach murderer must have had a huge erection. Oh, Fremder. That's the worst ever. John Rusiello, I always use my leaf blower to take the snow off my car, and I had an F-150. There you go. Whatever you got to do. I would think the kind of snow we had today, it's a heavy snow. I don't know if the blower would work. But whatever you got to do. I can't stand those people who just use the windshield wipers, for 6 inches of snow, and they barely, all they have is that streak, and they're using that to see where they're going. Ugh. Lazy bastards. Stay in. Just stay in. I said it yesterday, and I'll say it again today. When you get snowed in, it's usually a day, maybe two. If you're, I'm talking locally. I couldn't tell you the last time we were snowed in for 2 days. So, suck it up. Lay in bed. Have some loving, whether it's with yourself or your partner. Watch some movies. Talk to your kids. Play Clue and Yahtzee. Read a book. Watch a movie. Clean the house. Sit back and watch this. That's it. Yeah, I should have said that first. Sit back and watch this show. I know, yesterday, I'm assuming a lot of people were home yesterday. Hopefully we got some viewers. I didn't check yet. And hopefully we're getting some viewers today. I bet there are people staying home. My daughter stayed home. Her dayhab, they're open, but they did not offer transportation today. So we're like, well, I'm not. It's a little out of my way. I'm like, screw it. Stay home. And, she's not arguing. Laying in bed doing nothing. And speaking of Gilgo Beach, Christine Dana will be calling in about 10 minutes. We're going to talk about Rex a little bit. The latest developments this morning. Fremder, I'm reading your comment first before I read it. I use my leaf blower for something else. Andy Plajanos, it only sucked in Nassau. Go figure. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you guys got less snow, right? We have better weather. I live in Setauket. Suffolk usually gets more snow than us, so shut up. But don't shut up while we're playing trivia. Let's see. I'm getting a text from a friend of mine who owns a business, and he wants to hire Jackie the Joke Man. I'm on the air right now talking about you interrupting me. Whoops. Interrupting me. I'll call him this afternoon for you. Okay. So we're going to hear from Christine Dana soon. We're doing Tuesday Trivia. Once again, if you're watching on the Facebook feed, please, we ask that you switch over to YouTube because that's where I need to see comments, especially while we're playing Tuesday Trivia in a little while. I need to, I need to play with you guys. Sean didn't make it here today. Les Deegan's not coming as promised. So the guy who was texting me, Tom Falcone, he says, what a dick I am. Yeah, you're a dick. Now leave me alone. Let's see. So what is... today, a good day to smoke a joint, jerk off, eat a sandwich, and take a nap, says Fremder. I bet you that's what you do every day. Andy Pajanos, if it wasn't for getting stuck behind the convoy of plows and sanders on the expressway, it should have only taken about 50 minutes. Oh, that's not bad. Between the plows and getting on the service road to pass them, about an hour. All right, so 10 extra minutes, big deal. And the plows and the sanders made it possible for you to only get home within 50 minutes to an hour. So you're welcome. I don't know why I'm saying you're welcome. I had nothing to do with it. So, all right. So what else? What do we got today? Oh, I wanted to tell you, I think I started to tell this story yesterday and I forgot. I think I just went off in another direction. I wanted to tell you about something really stupid I did, which is pretty much every day. But this is a good story in particular. The other day, this girl that I grew up with, she posted a picture of her and her brother. Now, I grew up with this girl, and my brother graduated with her, went to school with her brother. So we knew them well. And the picture she posted was them when they were, I don't know, I think kids, like teenagers maybe. And she said something about, loving my brother or something like that. And all these people are commenting, good guy, great picture, love this, And I wrote, yeah, your brother was a good guy. And she writes back, she responds, she goes, she replies, she goes, well, he still is. I thought the guy was dead. I don't know why I thought that. I could have sworn I saw something a few years ago that, said he died. So I'm looking around like, is this guy dead? I couldn't find anything. So I reach out to my brother. I go, is this guy dead? He goes, not that I know of. Like he was getting all concerned. I was like, all right, no, didn't mean to startle you. Not trying to tell you, not delivering news. I just screwed up. And then I responded back to the girl. I replied back, and I totally lied. I'm like, I don't know why it says was, the damn autocorrect. And then my brother and I had a good laugh at it. I really did for some reason. I would say the past 5 years, I thought this guy was dead. I didn't know Joyce Randolph was still alive yesterday either, until she died yesterday. I didn't know this guy was alive. I could have sworn he was dead. So I'm an idiot. From this is yes, I'm doing those things right now. Andy Plajanos, no, I passed him onto Clear Road. Well, aren't you a freaking hero? Just saw a truck that said wide load. I wonder who could be behind that wheel. My goodness. See, we need to get rid of the snow. Frenda needs to go out and live a life. That's that story. And I totally missed yesterday, the anniversary. Yesterday was the the 15th anniversary of the plane on the Hudson with Sully. When he landed that plane on the Hudson and saved all the passengers. I could not believe it was 15 years. That blew me away. 15 freaking years. Yeah, I was floored. But yeah, that was the anniversary of that was yesterday. Another stupid thing I did over the weekend. I was going into the basement. My office is in my basement. Put the lights on to the stairs. I go down, and I just walk into the basement, just looking for a couple of things before I sit down. And I realized I didn't even turn the lights on. I'm walking around in the dark looking for something, about to sit down. I'm like, any basement, you go down the stairs, the lights are right there, so the basement lights up. I just forgot to turn the switch on. Just started walking. And my mother yesterday, she calls me up. You're forgetting a lot of things. You got to get checked out. I was like, I'm fine. I'm just stupid. She's the one texting me this morning while I'm running the videos. There's no show today. Yes, there is. I'm here doing it right now, and Fremders and Plajanos are watching. But yeah, I'm just an idiot. My mind is like totally on other things. I'm always distracted. So yeah, I forgot to turn the lights on in the basement, so I'm walking around in the dark. I was doing that for probably like 20, 30 seconds. And I was like, oh, maybe I should turn the lights on. All right, so we are waiting a phone call from Christine Dana. We're going to talk about the latest on Rex. Got some other things to talk about while we're waiting that call. How you guys making out so far today in this weather, all right? Yeah, again, I don't think it's that bad. And I believe it is supposed to rain some more, so a lot of this stuff is going to disappear. It is supposed to be cold though. This week it's supposed to be really cold. But then next week and are they saying more snow? I thought I heard something about more snow Thursday or Friday or something. But yeah, I think by next Tuesday or something it's supposed to be back in the 40s. Maybe Sully was coming back from that island. Oh, my goodness. Yes. My mother is shocked. She says, you sound just like me. Yeah, I did. That was for anybody that knows you, Ma, that, they heard that. They'd be like, oh, Ann's on the show today? John Rusiello, when you forget things at your age, it's because you are having too much sex. All right. No argument there, John. Does it have to be with somebody? What do we got? What's going on here? The other day, a Bronx woman was sentenced to 2 years in prison for assaulting a Metro-North Railroad conductor with a pumpkin. 23-year-old Alexis Adams pleaded guilty last month to felony assault in the second degree. In addition to her jail sentence, she will be subject to 3 years of post-release supervision. On October 11th, 2021, Alexis Adams, following an argument over the train fare, struck the conductor in the face with a pumpkin before fleeing the train at the Mount Vernon, New York West train station, leaving behind her purse and IDs. All right, we'll get back to that. Christine is calling in. Good morning, Christine Dana.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How you doing, baby?
I'm good. How are you?
Hanging in there, doing well.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot going on today, huh?
I see that. So,
yeah.
So first off, where are you?
Well, I'm at work right now.
Oh, okay. You got there okay? The roads are good. You're okay?
Yeah, the roads. Well, I don't live too far away, but the roads were pretty bad this morning. So, and
right.
Here I am thinking, I don't care how bad the roads are. I wish school is closed so I could go out to Riverhead. But yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. But
if the school was closed with this weather, you would have still driven out there?
Oh, absolutely. No doubt. I would have been there in court to see him in court, facing this other indictment that he got. No doubt. Yeah.
So you must be dying right now that you couldn't get over there, huh?
Oh, yeah. But that's all right. You know what? I caught enough. I have enough people in, who were close to the case that were able to fill me in on what took place today. And, I got the link to Ray Tierney's, press conference afterwards. So,
Right.
pretty good. Yeah.
Very nice.
But, you know what? I'm really happy. Today is a good day for the victims' families. It's a day of justice that this indictment came down. It's not much of a surprise. But I'm glad that it finally came down and that he's finally being charged with Maureen Brainerd Barnes' murder.
Right.
So as most people who follow the case knew this was imminent, that this was coming down the pike, I just think Ray Tierney probably needed enough evidence to make it stick. So, that's why I think he hedged and waited.
Right.
So
Now, did you know? Was that your guess? That's what they were going to be announcing today?
Oh, I knew.
Yeah.
I kind of knew.
Okay.
I was talking to people related to the case, and who have been have their own podcasts and who have been avidly following this case and have the inside scoop. Yeah, I kind of knew this was coming down, and I think it was kind of made public as well in the days leading up to today. So,
Right.
it doesn't really come as a big surprise to anyone who's really followed this case.
And you mentioned the victim's family. I believe what was it? What was it? One of her sisters was there today.
Her sister was in there. Yes, Maureen's sister Melissa Can was in court today. Came in with Ray Tierney along with he had a entourage of people with him,
Right.
and so this is a good thing. Unfortunately, we can't bring the victims back, but to see that they're having their day in court and getting the justice that they finally deserve is, hopefully that provides them with some comfort.
And they're still working on. They're still trying to tie him to others, right? And even out of state ones too, right?
Yes, absolutely. Those investigations are still underway, and I think the biggest thing here is, what implication does this have? Because the DNA evidence that they gathered from his cheek swab and also the hairs that were found on the belt that was found on Melissa,
right,
are very powerful. Because when you think about it. Well, for those that don't know, Maureen Brainerd Barnes was the first victim, and that's the indictment that came down today was, the indictment for her murder. She was found on along, Ocean Parkway, north side of Ocean Parkway on December 13th, 2010. But she was one of the first ones to go missing, and it's believed that she's the first victim of of the Gilgo Beach Four. I mean, there are probably other victims that is yet to come to surface. He's probably, responsible for other murder victims that may have happened prior to the Gilgo Beach Four. But out of the Gilgo Beach Four, Maureen Brainerd Barnes was the first victim, and she went missing on July 14th, 2007. And it was the belt, the evidence on the belt that was tied to her. There were a couple of hairs found on the belt that was, found on her. And those hairs were tied to Rex Hume and also his wife.
Right.
A lot of people say, well, what's her complicity in all this? I don't know because it's a belt and it came from the family home. So, there's things such as trace evidence. It could have been, that she lived in the home. So, obviously her hairs are going to be on some of his items and his, personal belongings. But the thing is, that belt was published or made public by the previous administration that was in 2020. It was actually on this date in 2020.
Oh, wow.
The previous police commissioner had put out the belt and asked for the public's help. And the belt was a very specific type of belt, and it had the initials on it. If you remember, it was WH or HM were the initials on the belt that was tied now. We know it's tied to Rex.
Yeah.
It seems like it was like a family heirloom or, it was a belt specifically made for him. So, when this was put out in the public, you have to think, well, some of his relatives who are probably watching this probably saw the belt and may have known that belt was his and did not come forward to the police.
Wow.
So, are they complicit in this? Did they hide evidence knowing that, that was Rex Human's belt? And I'm not saying anything. I mean, his brother may have known. His wife obviously may have known. So
I find it so weird that the wife keeps showing up at court. And I know today she showed up with their daughter.
Oh, well, yes, that happened today. Victoria Humerman, and, Asa Ellerup were there today in court. I don't know if you're aware, But she signed a multi-million-dollar contract with Peacock to do a documentary. So they're following her story and following her around. I'm sure that she was there today in court, as part of the documentary.
Wow.
And there are mixed feelings about that. There's, people are on different sides of the fence with regards to her going to Peacock and getting multi-million-dollar contract to make a documentary. Obviously, people feel for her that, she's a victim in all this and that, her husband committed these crimes and somehow she and her children are victims as well. And that, now she's indigent and is in need of money. So, this leaves her no choice but to, maybe hire a Peacock channel to do the documentary so that she can have some form of income coming in. But then there are other people who are saying that she's exploiting the murders by hiring Peacock and going public and not seeming, at least in public, to be very mournful for the victims and the victims' families, that, show some decorum here. People have been murdered and you're going and, hiring Peacock to do a multi-million-dollar documentary, How much money of that is the victims and the victims' families going to see, They're not making money off of the murders of their loved ones, but you are,
Yep,
So,
absolutely right.
So there's a lot of mixed feelings with regards to Asa Ellerup. And, it hasn't been... She hasn't really been cleared by the police as far as I'm concerned. I mean, she may be complicit in some of these. I don't think that she committed the murders, but she may be very well aware that these murders were taking place right under her nose, And,
you do. I think it's understandable to be a little suspicious of her when this was going on in the house she lives in.
Exactly. And I know that attorney John Ray, back in October, I think it was October 11th, had given a press conference. He had taken some statements from some witnesses. Now, I don't know how much credibility there is with regards to that, but he took some witnesses from statements, and if you saw that press conference, it was pretty outrageous. There was a lot to digest there. Apparently, one of the statements he took from a witness was that she was at Rex Heuermann's house with Rex and Asa Ellerup and her boyfriend, and they engaged in some kind of swinging activity, and then there was Karen Vergata was another supposed person at that house that night. It was I believe it was took place on Valentine's Day in I want to say 2010, I believe. Actually, it may have been earlier than that, but I think it was, it was Valentine's Day, 1996. And apparently this woman and her boyfriend were, swingers, and they went to Rex's house, and, they fooled around with Rex, and his wife was there. So, Karen Vergata supposedly was at the house that night, and that was the last time she was seen, and she's one of the Gilgo Beach victims, and her body was found and identified. She was known as, I believe it was Fire Island Jane Doe, number 10, and over the summer or late, early autumn, they were able to tie DNA and finally identify that victim as Karen Vergata.
How disappointed that woman must have been. You're going out swinging. I would assume you want to get somebody good-looking, somebody really nice, and then you not only end up with him, but that's the last guy you even see. That's just,
my God.
What a way to go.
I know. I know. I mean, he's not exactly a looker, and his wife, I don't know. His wife, oh God forgive me, but she's no model.
Right.
So,
although she's really been cleaning up, ever since she got that deal. She's got to look good for TV.
Oh yeah, it's amazing what money does, right?
Absolutely right. Crazy.
But yeah, there's a lot there to unpack with this case. I mean, this case is. I think we're just scraping the surface here. I mean, he was arrested in July 13th, and we're 6 months out now from the day he was arrested. And there's a lot that's come to the surface, but just think about how much has not come to the surface yet and where we'll be in a couple of years from now when this goes to trial. I hope it does go to trial. We'll see. Right. I don't think he's going to take a plea deal because he's already said, I'm not guilty of these crimes.
Right, which is what he pleaded again this morning, right?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so. Yes,
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to watch Ray Tierney's press conference yet. I'll catch up on that this afternoon. But
Right.
but he's been touting his innocence from the very beginning, and
Right.
and I certainly hope this case goes to trial. But we could be looking at a couple of years before it gets to trial,
Right.
with all these indictments coming down. And police are still investigating all these cases.
Right, and you're right. I agree with you. I think there's so much more to come out of this.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about, you want to talk about infamous serial killer cases. I would put this on the same level as Ted Bundy.
Sure.
Because Ted Bundy killed in numerous states. He killed in, Colorado, Utah, Florida, Washington, Oregon, a number of states across the United States. And the same could be said for Rex. I mean, he had property down in South Carolina.
Right.
I believe he had property in Massachusetts, property in Vegas. So they're looking into murders that took place in those states at times that he was known to be there. So, we don't even know the full scope and sequence of his, murderous ways. So,
Wow, crazy.
when this is all said and done, there could be a lot of murders tied to him. So,
Yeah. Wow.
but I think the important focus is really today is to just really keep the focus always on the victims and the victims' families. And I'm so happy that, justice is finally, that Maureen Brainerd Barnes' family can finally, celebrate some justice here, that somebody is being held accountable for their loved one's murder. So,
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
and that's the important thing.
Yeah.
Always keep it on the victims. So.
Right, and you're always good with that. You never lose
Yeah.
sight of that, which is commendable. So
Yeah, well,
all right. Cool.
We have to remember that, yes, these girls were sex workers, but, that did not encompass their whole life. These were people who came from families that loved them and cared about them, and they
Right.
were people who had lives and that was snuffed out
Right.
by this guy. And,
Sex workers, if they were still here, maybe they would have, had the opportunity to straighten themselves out.
absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And yet he took that away. Yeah, that's awful.
And, he had a certain type, Rex Human. I mean, I look at Maureen Brainerd Barnes. She was 4 feet 11 inches tall. A lot of his victims that he went for were shorter in stature, very diminutive, and very petite. And so you think about Rex. I mean, he's over 6 feet tall.
Right.
So he overpowered these women, and just to think about their last moments of life, it's just so sad, so tragic.
Yeah, that's terrible.
But, yeah.
Wow.
But let him sleep on his concrete cot in Suffolk County Jail. So I hope it's uncomfortable for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so I hope there's more to come.
Yeah.
With regards to victims and getting justice, and we'll see where it takes us. Where this
Right.
case takes us. But I think there's a lot more to come, and it'll be interesting to see the implications that this indictment has with regards to the belt and who was knowledgeable about that belt and his family and what they knew.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so lots more to come. So we'll be checking in with you again, and then of course, hopefully we'll see my true crime obsession coming back soon as well.
Yeah. You know what? I'm trying to work on getting some guests, and
Cool.
I may have to do an update and get into the studio sometime in the next week or two and just do some updates with regards to this indictment. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
But yeah, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate being on your show. Thank you.
Anytime. Thanks for
right.
thanks for agreeing to do it. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Christine.
you. Take care.
See ya.
All right.
There you go, Christine Dana, calling in my true crime obsession right here on Gov's Comedy Club podcast. She's been taking some time off. Probably been about a month since we last saw her in here, but her Facebook page is always kicking and popping and blowing up. So you can keep tabs with Christine Dana, My True Crime Obsession on Facebook and sometimes right here on Gov's Comedy Club podcast. All right, let's see. What do we got in comments here? Fremder, one time my wife asked me if I was having sex behind her back. I replied, who'd you think it was? Definitely been a lot of things coming to the surface. That's so New York to get caught for murder from DNA off a slice of pizza you threw in the garbage. Yeah, true, but at least it worked. Yeah, so that's the latest. Rex Heuermann indicted this morning for a fourth murder in the Gilgo Beach murders. Lots going on there. So, yeah, we appreciate Christine checking in. Several of us, there's a few people here at Gov's Comedy Club podcast. Some of us have talked publicly about it, others have not. But there's a few of us here that had connections to Rex, or loose connections to Rex and his family. So it's a big topic around here. So, all right, so that's that. So, again, we thank Christine. We're going to get to Tuesday Trivia in a few minutes. So once again, if you're watching on the Facebook feed, please switch over to the YouTube feed, because that's where I'm reading the comments, and that's where I'll hear all your answers. Hey, there's Vicky. Vicky, I haven't talked to you in a while. Hope you're well. How's it going? And I hope you're sticking around, Vicky, for a little while, because we're going to get to Tuesday Trivia soon. I have nobody in the studio today, so I need input from you guys. I need answers to read and make fun of for Tuesday Trivia. Our best to Sean. Hopefully he's feeling better. I believe he is, because last week he wasn't here because he was sick. Today I'm assuming it's just because of the weather. And Les Deegan was supposed to join us for Tuesday Trivia today. He's fragile, so he didn't want to go out in this weather. So maybe we'll try and get Les in here next week. So before we get to Tuesday Trivia, there was one story that I wanted to go over. It's something I thought was kind of cool. It's a website called BuzzFeed, and they have a whole list of 47 ingenious things other countries have made that make the U.S. feel like it's living in the 1800s. Now, I'm not going to read all 47 with you, okay? But there were some that I thought were kind of cool, and I wanted to share those with you now. So this first item here, Aruba has a machine that puts on your sunscreen for you. It literally rotates you around and sprays it everywhere so you don't have to get your hands all greasy and don't miss spots. And that's what we're looking at right there. The next one. The absolute worst part about pooping in public bathrooms is that everyone can hear you. But not in Japan, where you can mask the sound with music. So those are the different buttons to hit to play your music while you're dumping. Maybe you can fart to the music. I'm beatboxing. This next one, there it is. Meat you buy in Norway comes with little measures that tell you how many days are left before it goes bad. That is ideal. I love that idea. I need one of those because I'm very protective of my meat. No, I'm a big burger meat eater, so I need to know. All right, what do we got here? Tokyo, Japan has an air shower for people who are allergic to pollen. To basically blow it off you and your clothes. So you just walk in there and you get sprayed. This next one is one of my favorites on this list. I think this is fantastic, and I do think this should be everywhere. This right here. The entire pole lights up on these traffic lights in Moscow. So there's no way you can miss the lights changing color. Yeah, to me, I think that's fantastic. This next one's kind of cool as well. This is in Croatia. It's a bench that will not only charge your phone by using solar power, it also provides Wi-Fi. And of course, don't forget, it's a bench, so you can sit on it. So I thought that's pretty interesting. This next item, there's a restaurant in Finland where you can get your server's attention just by you turn that device and it lights up. So that's how your server knows that you need them. This next one was one of my favorites because being a part of being very active in the special needs community, this could really come in handy. This is in Japan. You can choose a cart color based on if you'd like assistance or not, which is basically an introvert's dream, it says. But yeah, if you see the pink carts, the pink baskets say, help, I need assistance. The black ones say, no thanks, I can shop myself. Yeah, so again, in this day and age of special needs, I think that's a great idea. This next one, just in case of an emergency while you're in an elevator in Japan, you can, do your business. That's a toilet in an elevator. Now, I can't imagine what that elevator must smell like. But at least it's there. If you're stuck in an elevator, at least you know that option's there. All right, this next one kind of cool. This is in France. There are parking garages with these neat little dividers to stop people from accidentally denting or scratching the car next to them when they get out. I think that's a super idea because that happens all the time. God forbid they make the parking spots a little wider, but so we have these devices instead. This next one kind of bothers me a little bit. This next one just says use your brain. Just use your head a little bit. Put your thinking caps on. This is Turkey. In Turkey, there's a restaurant that automatically shows you how to easily split up the bill so you don't have to do any math. So if you look on the bottom there, it's all circled. They have the different splitting options. Just use your head. Come on, use your head and think a little bit. Sillies. This next one I like because I've told you guys many times on the show I'm a retired lineman. I used to, put telephone poles in and put the cables up, on the poles and whatnot. That was my life for a long time. Very happy to not be doing it anymore. But getting into that world, to me, like I'm always looking up at poles and looking to see what's up there and what's going on. And I just can't help but notice poles now. And I think because of living that life, I don't know if I ever thought about it previously, but now, from being in that life, I notice them all the time, and I can't stop thinking how damn ugly they are. And I wish there was a different way. I do like the idea of everything being wireless because I hate utility poles. They're so ugly and intrusive. And I'm all for, even if it's, you still need wires or still need cables, then put them underground. Let's put in underground tunnels. But anyway, so here you go. Where is this? Morocco. Hide utility poles under much prettier fake palm trees. I love that idea. And I wish they would do that here. And if, when I was a lineman, I would have loved to have been like the palm tree crew where we just put those things up all day long on poles. I think that would make a world of difference. They're fake, but it still tricks your brain and just makes you think of prettier, happier, more positive stuff. All right, what do we got? What's the next thing we have here? Oh, here's something that I never thought about, which I think is a cool idea, because these things probably have all sorts of germs on them. These are, this is Germany. It's shopping cart cleaning machines. I don't know about where you guys are. And speaking of Germany, we do have our new friend watching again. Our friend from Hamburg, whose name I don't know how to pronounce. I'm just going to call you, the first letter of your name or whatever that, if that's your name, the first letter is A. So I'm just calling you A from now on. A from Hamburg is watching today. Good to see you again. Thanks for watching again. Have you seen these shopping cart cleaning machines in where you are? We don't have them here in the U.S. This next one is a little sketchy. This is a movie theater in Croatia that has beds in the last row, so you can lay down and watch movies all day. I'm wondering what kind of theater, is, do you need a bed in? And if you look, there is what looks like a shot of the movie screen, and it looks like some, slutty women. No, I'm just kidding. But they are. It looks like pretty women, and I see a little bit of cleavage on one girl. So I'm kind of wondering what kind of theater that is, that you need a bed. All right, what's next? What do we got? Oh, this next one's cool. This is in Belgian supermarkets. Whoops, hang on. There we go. Belgian supermarkets have special parking spots close to the store just for pregnant women. I think that's a super idea. And they definitely deserve it, that's for sure. And, and I don't know if this is just a U.S. thing or if it's around the world, but you people here in the U.S., stop parking in those types of spots if you don't fit the criteria. Me as a disabled man, I see people parking in the handicapped spots all the time. I'd love to take my leg off and smack you with it. All right, this next one. Where is this one? New Zealand. This is in an airport in New Zealand. Has a child's toilet and an adult toilet in a single stall for parents. Might be a little weird, but if the kid is really little, you know they're safe, and if they're training, you can tell them what to do. And then for the parents' pleasure, there's what looks like a big giant black penis next to the toilet. I think it's a garbage can, but it looks like a big penis. So I thought that was kind of a cool idea. What's next? Oh, this one bothered me. This one's stupid, but I wanted to share it. This is in Japan. This is a layout of toilets that are occupied. So when you walk into the bathroom, you don't have to awkwardly open a stall or look underneath to look for feet to see if someone's in them. This is an actual chart that tells you what stalls are occupied. To me, this is are you kidding? Just look under the stall for feet, sillies. This next one is fantastic. It's also from Germany. So, let me know if you've seen this as well. I personally think here we're located on Long Island. Excuse me. So we're an island. Our beach, most of the people that live here love our beaches. We have, it's a big boating community. So in Germany, there you go. It's a boat drive-through for McDonald's. So yeah, it's a McDonald's that actually has a boat drive-through, and if you even look there, it says McBoat. I think that's genius. Cruising around in your boat, enjoying a beautiful day. Just pull over and grab a good burger. Oh, that's my language right there, man. What else? What's next? What else do we have here? Let's see. Oh, this one I wasn't sure if this is in Japan. I'm curious what you guys think of this. In Japan, the police cars can raise the blinking lights so people can see them above other cars. I don't know. I just don't have that much faith in people that they'd be paying that much attention. So I don't know if that would work or not. All right. So, I don't like this next one either. This is in Hong Kong. Draft beer dispensers right at your table. I don't like this for a couple of reasons. I mean, I don't drink beer, so it doesn't really faze me. But one, the draft, pumps, they need to be cleaned out, filtered out, wiped off from time to time. My guess is that, they get wiped off or cleaned out less if you have one at every table. But I don't like it just because, you know me, I'm a big labor guy. You're putting people out of work with that. You're giving people, less responsibilities than, which means you need less people. So I don't really like that one. And speaking of which, last week, I meant to bring this up the other day in Vent. Last week, what day was it? Thursday or Friday? I was at Stop and Shop in Hicksville. I left here, went to Stop and Shop in Hicksville, and I was so mad. I refused to use those self-help kiosks. I refuse to use them anywhere. At places like CVS, I get stuck using them because there's nobody at the counter. So Stop and Shop, they have, 15 cashier lanes. Only one was open. And, then you had everybody running over to the self-help kiosks. And then you had people like me who were refusing to go. But I think they do this on purpose to force you to go to the kiosks. The line had to be, and I'm not exaggerating, the line had to be 15 people deep. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. But again, I think they do it on purpose to make you mad so that you'll go over to the self-help kiosk. The more people at the self-help kiosk, the less you need cashiers. We're putting people out of work. I don't like it. Those kiosks suck. They're a pain in the ass, and we're putting people out of work. And then, but of course, you have people always rushing over. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to deal with people. I don't want these stupid kids. They don't know how to give out change. Shut up. Neither did you when you were 15. All right. And then this last one. And Ma, I hope you're still watching because this pertains to you. My mother works at an accounting firm. This is in Australia. Your tax returns share where your taxes actually went up. Like, it says health, $420. Your age, your disability, education taxes went up. General public services, government, transportation, fuel and energy, industry assistance, foreign affairs, housing. Like, it's all listed there and how much it went up by the dollar, by dollars, not like a percentage or anything. I think that's a fantastic idea. Yeah. Things should be simplified for us. So there you go. Those are just a few things that were on that list of 47. I thought that was kind of cool. Let me read some of your comments, and then we'll get to Tuesday trivia. Wow, there's a lot of... all right, so, yeah, our friend from Hamburg, A, says, still waiting for Japanese wellness toilets to arrive in the West. And then he or she says something looks sick. Sorry, I don't know what you're referring to. Thanks for tuning in again, though. We really appreciate it. We love expanding our family. And Hamburg, you're not far from England, right? Because I might be going back to England in April. Possibly. Lisa and I are looking into it. Maybe taking a vacation. Fremder, I don't need a toilet like that. I shit music out of my ass. All right, that was funny. Do they make light-up table things I could use on my wife? What? Shitting in an elevator. That's wrong on so many levels. Oh, I see what you did there. Gina, what is the difference between a lineman and a journey lineman? I don't know. I've never heard that term before. Journey lineman? Is that like the storm chasers? Like they're on a journey? Like the storm chaser linemen, those are the ones that just keep track of where storms are, and they travel in their line trucks all over the country and get paid to, fix the infrastructure and, get power back up and running to whatever fell apart. Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard that term journey lineman before. Fremder, nothing like a whole bunch of inventions to make the world more lazy and stupid. Well, yeah, isn't that what it's all about? Good invention with the shopping carts. I always like the German clean box. John Rusiello, the shopping cart cleaner are in markets in Delray, Florida. Ah, good to know. Fremder, watch out for that crazy movie theater. You wouldn't want to get shot in the back of the head. Yeah. A says, never seen that cart cleaning machine, but it looks funny. Gina, we have pregnant women parking at a supermarket by me. Oh, good to know. Very nice. See, we're catching up. Fremder, due to how things are now, do they have spots like that for pregnant men? A says, yeah, I've been there. It's one of a kind. Oh, what were we talking about? The McDonald's, maybe? Oh, yeah, we are talking about the McDonald's. It's a normal McDonald's, but they have an extra drive-in for boats. That's fantastic. Fremder, all that McDonald's on a boat, you'd get a stinker for sure. John Rusiello, New York City has them. The highway unit uses them when they respond to an accident. Oh, what, the lights that go up? A from Hamburg says, you can't have a bar without a bartender. It's about the social environment. Exactly. Fremder, welcome to the Tap Tip Tavern. Gina, last time I went to a supermarket, I checked out with a person, came to $215. I wanted a second opinion, so went to self-checkout. It came to $80. Go figure. What? How in the world? That's a huge mistake. That's more than double. How did that happen? And that's fine. And, that's one time at the supermarket out of what? How many times would you say we all go to the supermarket in our lifetime? It's probably in the millions. I don't know. And sure, you're still going to get a small percentage of rotten apples in a bunch. Christine Thomas, there she is. Chris, I read your text this morning here on the air. Christine Thomas going to see Chris Roach this weekend. There will be no need for cashiers, but they need an entire staff to give us access to toothpaste and shampoo. It does. It kills me. A says it's a quick flight to England. It looks sick referred to the lead gamer traffic lights. Oh, yeah. Hey, have you ever heard of Elio Pace? He's a musician in England. He's done some shows in Germany. He played, and he used to be with, he played in Albert Lee's band. He played with Susie Quattro. He played with Shakin' Stevens, who I know is big over there. We don't know who that is here. We really don't know who that is here, but I know he's a big, famous singer over there. Elio is my bestest bestie, and he's doing a concert at the London Palladium in April, so I'm hoping to get over there to see it because that's such a big deal. Fremder, I lost my scholarship to go to school for engineering to make those kiosk machines, so I became a cashier. Shitting on an elevator is wrong on so many levels. Why did you write that again? Gina, I gave myself a discount. It's a joke. Oh. Gina, you totally got me. Oh, so you're saying you only paid for half because you stole the rest. Well, that's really a thing. People are doing that all over the place at those self-checkout kiosks. They only put in a few items and not pay, and sneak the rest out. All right. So I'm glad you guys are all here. One last time, if you're on the Facebook feed, switch over to the YouTube feed because we're going to play some Tuesday trivia. I need all you guys to participate, and that's where I'm checking your comments on the YouTube feed. So what this is, Tuesday trivia, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask some random trivia questions. No theme, no rhyme, no reason. Just asking random trivia questions, and I ask a bunch of questions. You guys then put your answers in the comments. I do not read the answers until after I've read all the questions. Then I go back and read them again. I read your answers. I make fun of you for your bad answers, and I give you the correct answers. It's just for fun. Something we've been doing for a long time here, just for fun. However, if you are in the Long Island area and you'd like to go see a show this weekend at one of 3 Governor's comedy clubs, let me know, and I'll get you in. I can get you into almost all the shows, or almost. Let me tell you who's playing Governors this weekend. Joe Cravella, Dan LaRocco, Sharif Johnson, Cypher Sounds, Joe Curry, Tom Eshelman, The Uptown Comedy Show with Howard Moore, Ashima Franklin, Kenny Wu, JoJo and Scully. Eric Newman is playing, and Leanne Lord. Just some of the names you'll see on the Governor's Comedy Stage this weekend. Go to govs.com or ask me. And tell me you played Tuesday Trivia, and I'll get you free passes. Of course, don't forget as well, Governor's Comedy Club on Sunday, February 4th. A live taping for a brand new reality show called Christina Holloway, who's a singer. She will be performing stand-up comedy for the very first time. And you guys can be there to witness it and see it on TV. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. Darren Greggs is performing that night. Dara Jamat is performing that night. Laura Patton is performing that night. And I'm hosting. So I'm looking forward to that show. Laura Patton will be here in the studio with us this Friday, as she was this past Friday. And Dara and Darren, and I think Christina, and I'm not sure about Fudge. I hope Fudge is headlining. He's fantastic. Looking forward to that. But Dara and Darren will definitely be here on the show on Monday. So, yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. The night before that, February 3rd, in Hicksville, you can catch Knockem Dead Comedy performing in Hicksville. It's a fundraiser for the Nassau County Special Needs Unit. Nassau County PAL Special Needs Unit, right there. It's a fundraiser for them. Go to www.specialneedspal.org, right? Yes, specialneedspal.org for all the info on that. All right. Haven't heard of him. Oh, you haven't heard of Elliot. Okay, but I'm not that aware of what's going on in the music scene. Okay. Sorry I repeat my comments, says Fremder. Have a bit of a stutter. Some training for who wants to be a millionaire. Right. Who wants to be a governor. All right. Here we go. First question. Some of these are a little hard. I was hoping, I planned this out before the storm came, so I was hoping Sean would be here today. I wanted to ask him hard questions just to mess with him. All right. The song, big hit, Into the Groove, came from which movie starring Madonna? That's question number one. Hello, Riley and Company Music Channel. Hey, Lynn, how you doing? Good to see you. Happy New Year to you. The hit Into the Groove came from which movie starring Madonna? All right, next question. A worldwide ban on what was introduced in 1990 to try and save the elephant population? A worldwide ban on what was introduced in 1990 to try and save the elephant population? Lynn Riley's son works at Stop and Shop. It's a mess. My ex-wife works there. Wife number one. She works at Stop and Shop. So everybody blame her. Just being stupid. Question number 3. By law, what is banned in Japanese restaurants? By law, what is banned in Japanese restaurants? According to the 2000 census, so that's the census they took in 2000, in the UK, what is now considered a religion? What group of people are now considered a religion? Question number 5. How many germs live on each foot? Human foot. How many germs live on each human foot? Question number 6. Seinfeld was originally called what? The TV show was originally called what? Question number 7. What year did Bill and Hillary Clinton get married? What year? It was the same year Andy Plagianos was born. So there's a hint for you. Question number 8. Nice, easy one, in my opinion. West Side Story was based on what play? West Side Story was based on what play? Question number 9. What is the definition of the word fatuous? F-A-T-U-O-U-S? Fatuous. What is the definition of the word fatuous? Fatuous. And our last question. What percentage of people have no sexual fantasies at all? It's a multiple choice question. What percentage of people have no sexual fantasies at all? Is it 3%, 38%, 66%? What percentage of people have no sexual fantasies at all? 3%, 38%, 66%. All right. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. Thanks for playing along. Appreciate it. Sean, if you're out there watching, we miss you. Hopefully you're back here next week, you son of a bitch. The hit Into the Groove came from what movie starring Madonna? Vicky got it right. John Rusciello got it right. Fremda says, I'd be in Madonna's groove. Lynn Riley and Company Music Channel. Happy New Year. Who is Lisa? I don't know. Who's Lisa? Are you talking about my wife? Yeah, Lisa's my wife. I don't know. For those of you who don't know, I mean, it's been a year and a half, but it's been a year and a half since Sally and I split up. And I haven't really talked about it much here, but Sally and I split up a year and a half ago, and shortly after that, my wife and I got back together. While I was with Sally, that's a whole other long story in itself that I'm not getting into, but Lisa and I, we started our divorce proceedings. It never, for various reasons, was never finalized. It was going to be finalized in 2022. 22. Yeah, it was going to be finalized and done. But then after Sally and I split, just a few months later, Lisa and I started hanging around, and we got to talking, and we were like, maybe we should just put it on hold a little longer. So we did, and now we've canceled it completely because we're back together. So Sally and I are fine. I talk to her not as often. I'll be honest with you, not as often as I'd like to talk to her. I don't talk to her as often as I'd like to, but it's just life. No other reason. Last time I saw her was in October, this past October. And she's well. She's got a guy, and they seem to be happy. And I haven't met him, but I've heard a lot of great things about him from Sally. So so that's that. So there you go, Lynn. Lynn, has it really been that long since I've seen you and talked to you? Holy moly. Okay. A worldwide ban on what was introduced in 1990 to try and save the elephant population? So Lynn says, Vicky says ivory tusks. Fremda says elephant hunting. Lynn Riley says ivory. Okay. Yeah, you guys are on the right track. It's actually, to be exact, it's ivory trading was banned. But you guys pretty much got it. So you guys are 2 for 2. By law, what is banned in Japanese restaurants? Vicky says wearing shoes. Lynn Riley says cat and dog meat. And Fremda says no, definitely not cats and dogs. John Rusciello got it right. Tipping. Tipping is banned in Japanese restaurants, and good for them. I hate tipping. I think it's the stupidest thing. And believe me, when I say that, I'm not saying that the servers should be screwed. I'm actually a very good tipper because I know these people get paid crap. But tipping should be banned, and it should be mandatory to pay these people better. Damn it. Burp. According to the census in the year 2000, in the UK, what group of people is now considered a religion? People that love Star Wars, says Fremder. And it looks like he's the only one that answered that one. You guys are not going to believe this, but Fremder got that right. The Jedi Knight is considered a religion in England as of the year 2000. The Jedi Knight. If you are a part of that religion, if you consider yourself a Jedi Knight, you have taken the word nerd to a whole completely another level. How many germs live on each human foot? Vicky says 5 million. A from Hamburg says billions. Depends on how nasty their floor is, says Fremder. Nobody got that right. It is actually trillion. 1 trillion. Yeah, 1 trillion germs live on each human foot, which makes me better than you since I only have 1 foot. Although I guess, I don't know, would a prosthetic leg, would that have germs on it? I guess it would. But I'm still saying I have less germs than you guys. You guys take more showers. I don't know what I'm talking about. Seinfeld, the TV show Seinfeld was originally called what? Did nobody answer that one? Yeah, nobody. Oh, Vicky says you went way too fast reading those questions. Oh, did I? Sorry. Oh, I didn't realize. All right, I'll slow down now. The TV show Seinfeld was originally called The Seinfeld Chronicles. Yep. Next question. In what year did Bill and Hillary Clinton get married? Cigar, says Fremder. I thought I saw some answers to this question. Oh, there it is. John Rusiello says 1975. Vicky says 78. John Rusiello got that right. It is 1975. West Side Story was based on what play? Vicky got that right. Romeo and Juliet. What is the definition of the word fatuous? Needing to lose some weight, says Fremder. The lowest percent, says Vicky. Is that the answer to that question? Lynn Riley says she gives up. John Rusiello says his mother used that word all the time. A from Hamburg says these were hard questions. Oh, Lynn Riley says she knows about Sally. Best wishes to you and Lisa. Bet the kids are happy. Yes, they are. I see Sally on Facebook. Yeah, she's on there a lot. Wow, tipping. They probably pay servers better and items higher to compensate. I hope so. The Brits progressive as always. This world gets more ridiculous every day. Jedi Knights. Yeah, she can't believe it. Heaven help us. Heaven help toe suckers. Yeah, true. Fremder, way to ruin trivia. What do you mean? What'd I do? Oh, with the germs? What question were we on? Oh, fatuous. Yeah, nobody got that right. Fatuous means something that is something or someone that is foolish or silly. So if anybody said me, then you'd be right. Okay, and then did anybody answer the last question? All right, Hamburg did. Nobody else did? Yeah, nobody else did. What percentage of people have no sexual fantasies at all? What percentage of people have no sexual fantasies at all? Is it 3%, 38%, 66%? A from Hamburg said 3%. You missed my answer, the answer, says John. To which one? My mother used that word all the time. That's the last thing I see. Oh, you wrote it's silly. Okay, so you got that right. Sorry, John. I did miss that. So John got that word. He knew the definition of fatuous. John answered the vocabulary question and you missed it. All right, Vicky. Calm down. I found it. Yeah, see, this is the second show in a row I'm by myself, man. I don't like it. I'm going too fast. I'm getting yelled at. Vicky said the lowest percentage. Oh, so I read that I read that answer to a different question. All right, sorry. So you're saying 3% also. Okay. You guys would be right. A from Hamburg and Vicky are correct. It is 3% of people have no sexual fantasies at all. And I say those people are dead inside. How can you not have a sexual fantasy? What the hell's wrong with you? All right, well, there you go. That's this week's Tuesday Trivia. Well done. You guys did pretty well. It wasn't that hard after all. You guys did really well. Thanks for playing. I really appreciate it. I needed a lot of answers because I have nobody here in the studio with me today. So the more answers on the thread, the better. So I appreciate you guys playing along. Once again, I'll say it again. Anybody want to go to a show this weekend, let me know, and I can get you in for free. As long as you tell them when you walk in that you won the passes from Knockem Dead Comedy Show on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. We have all sorts of great shows here on the podcast channel. Treading Water had to cancel last minute yesterday. That's why they weren't on. Hope you enjoyed Steve Squared last night. Hope you enjoyed Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling yesterday. Hope you enjoyed us yesterday. Hope you enjoyed us today. And then also today's Tuesday. If this weather holds up and everybody's going to drive here, we have Good Times, Bad Times today at 7 o'clock. Joey Petroni and his special guests, Benny and Nancy Rizzuti. They're all scheduled to be here. We'll see what happens as the day goes on. A from Hamburg says the 3% are probably busy or something. I'm not that busy. And nobody should be that busy. Lynn Riley, you were supposed to call me to sit in. Well, what, to come sit in here on the show? Today? Or you just mean in general, I was supposed to call you and work out a date? All right, you can come in. Let me know. Let me know what your schedule looks like. We'll figure something out. John Ruscio says, see you Thursday. All right, I haven't said goodbye yet, but I'm about to. Today, yeah, so... as of now, scheduled for tonight, Good Times, Bad Times tonight at 7. And Hershey and the Keegs tonight at 9. And then tomorrow, we're not here. We're never here on Wednesdays, so we're off tomorrow. But don't forget, Circling the Drain might be on tomorrow. If not, they'll be on Thursday. I'll be back here on Thursday with Michael Kaplan. And we'll have some more fun with you guys. Again, don't forget, lots of great comedy shows coming up. Go to govs.com to check out all these great comedy shows. Go to knockemdeadcomedy.com to see what we got cooking. We're working on some more dates for 2024. And we thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Be safe on these wet and cold roads. And enjoy your Wednesday. And we'll see you guys again on Thursday. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later.
For your event today. What will you experience at a Knockem Dead Comedy Murder Mystery Show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knockem Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knockem Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. You had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Fundraisers, private parties, corporate events, restaurants.